Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Star Wars Battlefront 2, and by God, this is the 4th time I've tried recording this now. Yeah, Fraps really doesn't gel with this game. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the first game in the legendary playlist. Yes, it's finally here. I've been promising you, I know, but today we're finally here. And by God, what a way to kick it off, eh? This game has been with me throughout my entire childhood, and well, it shows really I'm a nerd. But I know I'm not the only one in the world that loves this game, because the amount of mod support this thing has is ridiculous. Speaking of mods, as it stands at the moment, I haven't got anything on this at the moment. I haven't even downloaded patches for it, which is probably why Fraps don't work for it. But yeah, I haven't done anything to this. This is just straight off of Steam. Yeah, I will be making another video at a later stage of this, where I'll put my favourite mods on this that massively improve the game, make things a little different, and do a little bit galactic conquest for you. But I digress. Why do I love this game? I ain't got a clue. You're gonna be sitting there going, well, that helps us. Yeah. Well, see, the point is that with modern games, my personal taste is that I demand customization. If it doesn't have customization in it, then I'm not really all that bothered. Because I'm like, it could be better, but I want an attachment to put on this gun, or I want something to put on my car, or I want something to do this, you know. Well, fuck me. Yeah. But with this, you get none of that. It's just run around as a stormtrooper and murder everything. Also, yes, I'm a stormtrooper. First person, come on, murder everything for the Empire. Die. Oh God. This is a game that shows you what life was like before Call of Duty. I say before Call of Duty. Before Call of Duty got popular, back when it was a World War II game. This is boiled down to a point, and is brilliant. If you have never played this game, it's dirt cheap on Steam, and I beyond recommend you download it, because this is, as far as I'm concerned, this is a part of gaming history, because it's the only time I can think of where you, although I remember at the time it said the most sold Star Wars game ever, but the reason for that was not just the amount of Star Wars fans buying it, but the amount of people that don't even like Star Wars and love this game because of just how brilliant it is. The maps are perfectly sized for the amount of troops that are running around on it. You get these small corridors for massive fights. And then you got but the maps themselves are large overall, so there's enough space and room to fit the 32 players, or mods later on increase that to ridiculous amounts of people. But it never feels like you're on your own, because I'm playing with AI, obviously, and you've always got someone with you, and it makes it feel busy, and it makes it feel like you're actually part of the universe. You actually feel like you're part of the film. You know, and I'm going to get mushy for a second. For those of you that aren't in England, we have a store over here called Game, which sells video games, as you might expect. And when Battlefront 1 was originally announced, I was in a corner shop, and there was a official PlayStation 2 magazine, and it had Darth Vader sitting on the front. And I thought, oh my God, what a Star Wars game! There hasn't been one of those out on the PlayStation, at least, for forever. And I was like, I need that. I think the last one was like Super Bombard Racing or something. So I was like, I must have it. So with that, I bought every single PlayStation 2 magazine for the rest of the year. even if all it had in there was a flaming advert for Battlefront, I'd buy it and I'd just stare at pictures of it all day long because it stirred something in me because previously there was no way of playing as the bad guys or playing as just standard troopers. It was always Jedi or obscure racing games or starfighters or whatever. Don't get me wrong, I loved every single one of those, but look, I'm on the Death Star playing as a stormtrooper. In what other game can you do this? I tell you, Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2, they're the only ones as far as I know. And by God, I love it dearly. And, you know, when Battlefront 1 was finally released, I went down to game and they told this young child, me, in case you're wondering, you know, I'm sorry, we've sold out. This is the day of release. I had my grandparents with me. They said, we're sorry, we're sold out. I don't know how old I was, but I walked outside and I just burst into tears because the one game, because you always say, oh, it's been overhyped, or oh, it's the game of the year, or whatever. This was the game of my lifetime. And to this day, I still don't think I'll find a better one. Which I'm now going to undermine in my next statement, because I did find a better one, and it was called Star Wars Battlefront 2. And my God, they cranked things up to 11 for this game. They really did. They kept the core mechanics and everything perfect the same, but they added little changes that improved it so much. Like, for instance, they added more classes. They made, bearing in mind, I'm still referring to the PlayStation 2 version. They improved the graphics. You could tell the difference in graphics from Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2. And yeah, I know you're sitting there going, oh, well, you know, that ain't much of a big deal. It was, considering Battlefront 2 was only, what, 2 years, maybe, I think, after Battlefront 1. And this is back in the days when graphical improvements were very rare. So I was so excited, and I was like, my God. And then they, like I said, they added more classes. They added a stamina bar in the bottom left. So now you can sprint, and you can roll, and you can, you know, evade stuff. And it changed just enough to make the game not only improved but also different to the first. And yet they kept enough of the original there so that not only could you go, oh, that's clearly Battlefront, you also went, oh my God, it's Battlefront, because, you know, Battlefront was the daddy. It was awesome, so you were excited to know that they kept everything just right. And by God, that was a lot of corpses. And if you have never played this, I cannot recommend a game highly enough. I know I said my legendary playlist, I'm going to put literally all of my most played games ever that I've put ridiculous amount of hours in, and you know, they're my favourite of all time. This is number one. Battlefront 1 I played for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. No, I'm not denying that. But Battlefront 2, I don't even think I played another game for the rest of my life. It took over my life. It was that good. I was forever shooting stuff with blasters, running around as a stormtrooper or a clone trooper, murdering Wookiees left, right and centre, just like that. But like I said, seriously, buy it. It's dirt cheap on Steam. You can probably still, if you haven't got a half decent computer to play, I say if you haven't got a half decent computer to play games on, this game's so old that I think even a potato could run it. But if you feel that the system specs you have aren't good enough, then and you've got an old PlayStation 2 or an Xbox, buy it second-hand, dirt cheap for that. I've got this on the original Xbox, and I use it on my original 360. So, or did do before I got my computer, and then I just played it on this because it improved it so much. Because mods support for this is astonishing. I mean, I've played a few games now where mods are ridiculously prevalent, where people just pump them out left, right, and centre. This thing is ridiculous. There's I've never seen a game with this many mods. It makes Skyrim look tiny with the amount of mods. It's truly ridiculous, and I love it so very much. I will be doing more of this. I'll do a little bit of Galactic Conquest when I've installed my favourite mods. Yeah, with any luck you'll all enjoy that, because it improves the game. But even if you don't, even if you're going to go back and use the old console versions, or you just don't want to mod this, there is no feasible reason for you not to buy this after all these years. I mean, you might be sitting there going, "Oh, the graphics are dated." And all that, I've seen modern games that look worse than this. It still holds its ground, and you know, you have to commend them for that, because it's truly brilliant. Oh, now I can play as the Emperor. Now we can really kick ass.
Our reinforcements are thinning.
I am here, and I am not amused.
I am not amused. Suck the lightning. I care not for you weaklings. Ah. Crossbow to the face. But yeah, I'm trying to think whether there's anything else worth saying, because if you're not convinced to get it by now, then I don't know what will. And if you have got a heart made out of steel and you just refuse to, oh, I got this integrate, and you refuse to be swayed by anything that I've said, then, well, you're obviously a harder person than what I am, because this is a part of history, and I forever love this. Nothing will change my mind, and I genuinely hope, if someone's, because in case you couldn't tell, I'm a bit of a Star Wars fanboy and nerd, and if someone said to me, Star Wars Episode 7 and Star Wars Battlefront 3, what one would you rather? One of them is going to be shit, and one of them is going to be awesome. Which one would you rather be shit? I would say I'd rather have the movie be shit, because the game is... I so badly want DICE to get it right. So badly. I was excited when I found out DICE had been given the opportunity to make Battlefield 3, and I have got everything crossed, and I'm praying to all gods that they do not fuck it up, because it's their chance of a lifetime. Because if they fuck it up, not only will they have Star Wars fanboys banging on the door, they will have Battlefront fanboys banging down the door and say, "What the fuck have you done to our beloved game?" And we just annihilated that team. And on that note, everybody, because if I try playing it again, Fraps will crash. So on that note, everybody, we will be doing this again with mods at some stage. More legendary playlists are to come, and I hope that you enjoy Battlefront 2 as much as I do, because there will be more, and by God, buy it now. Have the urge to play it, do whatever, because it's amazing. I love you all, guys, and not in that kind of way. Hit that sub button for more